Hola, buenas tardes, niños. I'm sorry I can't be here again today, but we're going to have as normal a lesson as possible using this video. We are going to run through vocabulary that we've already been through before, but obviously we need to keep practicing it. So I'd really like to see you joining in, so looking eyes on the screen, reading the text and saying out loud the words and really trying to use your mouth muscles, linking that to what's in your brain, making that connection, and that will help you to remember this vocabulary and to say it with more confidence. So remember, our topic is the weather, and the question we're going to be asking today is, what's the weather like today? ¿Qué tiempo hace hoy? Muy bien. Let's just do that one more time. ¿Qué tiempo hace hoy? Good, and you'll see I've underlined hoy, which means today. We're going to be looking at that in a bit more detail in a minute. So I don't know if you've done this starter already, but if it's not on the board, I suggest you pause now, and on your whiteboards you need to rearrange the numbers. So looking at A, rearrange those numbers in Spanish from the smallest to the largest, and if you get through A, go on to B. So just pause the video now, give yourselves a minute or two to do that. Okay, so you've had a go at that. Let's have a look at the answers now. We're going to read through them. So a, 6, 12, 13, 15, 19, 22, 24, 28. Hopefully you got those in the correct order. And if you got on to B, 4, 10, 14, 17, 18, 20, 23, 29. So we said last week we wanted to practice our numbers a bit because we seem to have got a bit rusty. So let's just read through now. We're going to do it all together from 1 to 31 because those are the days we need to say our birthdays. So I will say it, you repeat it. Uno. Now, in fact, I think what we'll do is we'll do it all together after 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. And we're going to stop there. You can see that you can carry on right up to 39. So we'll do that again next week as well. Let's go back to our main topic then. What's the weather like today? How do we say that, everybody? Fantastico. ¿Qué tiempo hace hoy? Hoy meaning today. So you're going to hear the question and then I want you to say what the weather is. ¿Qué tiempo hace hoy? All right, let's read it and say it together. Llueve. Llueve. Remember that double L makes a j sound and the V sounds more like a B. Oh, and can everyone do the action? So your hands up and rain coming down. Let's do it. Llueve. Muy bien. We're going to try and do the actions for the ones that we've done already as well. ¿Qué tiempo hace hoy? Muy bien. Hace calor. Make sure you've repeated that. And remember, hace means it does or it makes. So literally in Spanish, they say it does heat or it makes heat. And we change that into good English, meaning it is hot. But it's really important that you know what the verb hace actually means because you can use it in other sentences when you're learning Spanish. ¿Qué tiempo hace hoy? Oh, it's cold. Good. Hace frío. Muy bien. And let's see the action for that. Hace frío. Again, it means it does cold. Hace, so we changed that to it is cold. Oh, by the way, I don't think we did the action for hace calor. Can we do the action for hace calor? Hace calor. It's difficult because I can't see you and you can't see me. But hopefully your teacher is making sure that everybody is joining in. ¿Qué tiempo hace hoy? It's sunny. How do we say that? Perfecto. Hace sol. It does sun, or it makes sun. And what's the action for that, everybody? Hace sol. Muy bien. Próxima frase. Everyone's favorite. ¿Qué tiempo hace hoy? Hace viento. It does wind, or it makes wind. And I don't know if we did an action for that, but if you can follow me, put your arms up straight and then wave them from side to side above your head and say, hace viento. Yeah, like a tree being blown in the wind. Muy bien. ¿Qué tiempo hace hoy? So this means it is good weather. How do we say that? Muy bien. Hace buen tiempo. Literally it means it does good weather. We don't have an action for that one, but never mind. ¿Qué tiempo hace hoy? It's stormy. So, hay tormentas. Maybe you could make up an action and let me know next week what it is. You make up one and let's go. Hay tormentas. Now you'll notice that I is in purple because it's not hace. Remember, hace means it makes, but with this one, we don't say it makes, we say there are. And I means there are or there is. And remember when you read I, we don't say hey. If we need to, put our finger just below our eye, not in our eye, because it's exactly the same pronunciation in English. The English I is the same pronunciation as the Spanish Hay, I, and it means there are. So, hay tormentas. And there have been quite a lot of those recently, so that's a useful one. ¿Qué tiempo hace hoy? Can anyone remember how to say it is cloudy? Let's have a look. Hay nubes. Hay nubes. Can you make up an action for clouds? Maybe make some fluffy clouds with your hands and say hay nubes. And that literally means there are clouds. So nubes are clouds. Should be quite easy to remember. Excuse me. So let's see what we can remember. ¿Qué tiempo hace hoy? ¿Qué tiempo hace hoy? I'd like you to read the questions as well now. Go. Don't forget the actions. Muy bien. Okay. You've done brilliantly so far. The last thing is, do you remember last week we were looking at the seasons, how to say in winter, in summer, in spring and in autumn. And I bet you're going to get confused, some of you, particularly between winter and summer. So let's have a look. See if you can remember. How do you say in winter it is cold? Just have a go. Let's have a look. So, Repetid. En invierno hace frío. Good, it's invierno. Can we all say that? Invierno. In winter then, en invierno. En invierno hace frío. Spring now. I gave that one away, didn't I? Can anyone remember it? Those who are fast at reading. En primavera hace buen tiempo. So, primavera. Primavera. En primavera hace buen tiempo. Let's move on to summer, and don't get this confused with invierno. Have a go. En verano hace calor. Verano. Remember winter, invierno, summer, verano. En verano hace calor. Perfecto. La última, in autumn. Should remember this one. In autumn it is windy. Get your hands above your heads. Can you remember what we do? Let's have a look. En otoño hace viento. Otoño. En otoño hace viento. Phenomenal. We've been through a lot of information now. Your next step then is to complete the next two listening tasks. We're going to do listening task 4, where there's only one letter missing, and listening task 5, where there are some groups of letters and syllables missing. Just remember for this one, number 4, we are looking at the difference between hace, I, and hoy. Remember, hace means it does or it makes, as in hace sol. I means there is or there are. And hoy, as in que tiempo hace hoy, means today. So this is a good little practice. You can look at that and probably work out what you think should go in there, but can you please wait and not fill it in until you have heard the Spanish person saying it? And then you'll be 100% sure, and you'll also make the link between the spelling and the perfect pronunciation. Muy bien. Enjoy the rest of your lesson. I look forward to seeing your work and hearing how you got on, and I will see you la semana próxima, next week. Adiós, niños.